Rick Sanchez. He's the smartest guy in the universe, and probably the most destructive, too. But how much of that chaotic, iconic character we know today was really there from the jump? Well, today we're diving headfirst into Season 1 to unpack the moments that truly define the man behind all that madness. I mean, if you were watching the show back in the early days, you heard this all the time. It was Rick's signature catchphrase, his weird battle cry. It just seemed like another piece of his random, nonsensical personality, right? But what if it wasn't nonsense at all? What if it meant something profound? We're about to peel back the layers of Rick Sanchez, starting with his weirdest quirks and digging all the way down to the darkness that's hiding just under the surface. So first up, let's talk about the man behind the burp. In Season 1, Rick is just this collection of eccentric, kind of gross habits that feel totally random. But, trust me, they are so not random. Okay, this is one of those tiny details you could easily miss. Every time they get in the ship, Morty, Summer, you name it, they all buckle up. But Rick, he just doesn't. And that little act of rebellion, it's not just against the rules, it's basically a middle finger to the very idea of self-preservation. And speaking of quirks, yeah, we have to talk about the burps. You might just write it off as a gross-out gag, but get this. One linguistic acoustics researcher, no, I'm serious, actually sat down and counted over 200 times Rick burped mid-sentence in the first season. His bodily functions literally became a data point. And that commitment to the bit, it was totally real. These weren't just some sound effects they dropped in later. Back in Season 1, co-creator and voice actor Justin Roiland was actually in the recording booth chugging soda and beer to get those genuinely authentic sloshy belches on tape. Of course, you can't talk about Rick without talking about that super genius brain of his, and Season 1 puts it right on display. We get the iconic portal gun, a device to literally invade people's dreams, and, who could forget, a whole microscopic theme park built inside a homeless guy. The scale of his intellect is it's established right away. But here's the thing. All those quirks, the drinking, the nihilism, the catchphrases, they aren't just for laughs. They're symptoms. And this is where we start to see the cry for help, the real darkness that's hidden behind all those jokes. And here it is. This is the moment everything changed. That goofy, nonsensical catchphrase is revealed to be a direct translation in Bird Person's native tongue. Just let that sink in for a second. Every single time Rick was shouting that, he was screaming for help in a language that nobody around him could possibly understand. And this darkness, it isn't just internal. It has absolutely catastrophic consequences. I mean, just look at the Rick Potion 9 episode. It starts as a simple favor for Morty, a love potion, but it spirals into a world-ending plague. And Rick's big solution? It isn't to fix it, it's to just leave. This scene has got to be one of the most haunting moments in the entire show, and it happens right in the first season. Rick doesn't just ditch his family, he makes his own grandson bury their alternate reality corpses in the backyard, and then just quietly take their places. The trauma of that one moment, it defines their entire relationship from then on. You know, his pain also comes out as just pure contempt. The way he constantly tears into Jerry isn't just for laughs. It's a window into Rick's total disgust for simple, stupid happiness, for a normal life. You know, the kind of life he can't, or maybe just won't, let himself have. It's his nihilism disguised as being smarter than everyone else. Okay, so we've seen the man, we've seen the pain, but Season 1 also makes it clear that Rick isn't just a character in a universe. In a lot of ways, he is the universe. His actions have these massive, cosmic-level consequences. We get his official designation, Rick Sanchez of Dimension C-137. And that's not just some cool sci-fi name. It's an anchor. It tells us that our Rick, the one we're following, is this one specific person from this one specific timeline in an infinite sea of possibilities. And then, the show just blows the doors wide open. We find out about the Citadel of Ricks, this huge trans-dimensional society made up of thousands of other Ricks. So our Rick isn't just some unique genius. He's the Rickiest Rick, an outcast running from a government of himself. A government that literally farms Mortys. It's a lot. And this is what makes him so crucial to the whole show. See, Rick isn't just having adventures, he is the engine that makes the show's reality work. His portal gun is what allows for all the dimension hopping, his cynicism is the fuel for all the dark humor, The entire high-concept premise of the show rests right on his shoulders. I mean, just think about it. All those famous parodies and pop culture riffs, they almost all come directly from something Rick does. He's the one who creates that whole Animal Farm scenario with the family dog. He's the one who drags Morty into that Inception-style dream heist. He's the one who makes the completely absurd feel normal. So when you put it all together, what do you get? In just one season, they paint this incredibly complete, complex picture. He's the hilarious, burping mad scientist for sure. But he's also the tragic figure screaming for help. And on top of all that, he's this cosmic force whose decisions ripple across infinite realities. Which leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? After everything we see in just that first season, what is he? Is he a hero? A villain? Or is he just a profoundly broken man whose genius is only matched by his own suffering? The first season gives us all the clues, but it kind of leaves the final verdict up to us.